All right, and tonight we're actually going to use the power teaching tools that we've all learned. So I want you guys to respond as you know how to do. So like when I say class. Yes. All right. Tonight we're going to do an activity that's named after a bird. It's actually a bird who has a very large head and eyes. And this bird cannot turn their head like humans do. So who has an idea of what our bird is? Miss Emily.
The owl.
The owl. Excellent. Yes. And instead of being able to turn their head or their eyes and look in different directions, the owl actually turns its entire head, and they can see about 270 degrees around by turning their whole head without turning the rest of their body. Teach okay. Tell your partners what you've learned about an owl and what our exercise is today. I'm sorry. Class? Yes. Excellent. So after you guys sit for a period of time, whether you're reading or listening to someone, it can be very easy to become kind of distracted and lose your focus. Maybe you kind of develop bad posture. So tonight, the owl, we're going to learn maybe how we can improve on some of those things. So a couple things I'd like you to ask yourself right now is when you're listening to someone like me or you're reading, do you really understand what you're hearing or what you're reading? Are you really paying attention? Are you listening to that inner voice that you have while you're reading? And then are your ears actually aligned with your shoulders, or do you find yourself slumped over your head forward? I'd like you to discuss your answers with your partner. Teach. Okay, excellent.
I don't read like this. I'm more. Sometimes my inner voice is totally off. My comprehension.
And sometimes I lie down and I read. Depends on what kind of book I'm reading. I need to understand what I'm reading.
That's why I'm not a reader. So when you're reading, do you understand what you're reading?
Yeah. So class. Yes. All right. Miss Emily helped us decide what bird we're going to talk about. And Brandy, can you tell us what sound the owl actually makes? Who? Exactly. That's going to come in handy. Vincent, I'd like you to be my partner up here. You're going to help me demonstrate the owl. So you guys can do this either by sitting or standing, but both of your feet should be firmly planted on the floor to be able to do this. And if you'll just face the class. So you're going to take one hand and place it on your shoulder up here and firmly grasp the muscle that's in between your shoulder and your neck. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn your head to that side that you actually have your hand on. So you're going to turn your head, and while you're doing this, you're going to exhale and make the owl sound. Ooh. And now you're going to take and put your shoulders back, which will bring your chest out, with your head still turned. And now, still grasping that same shoulder, you're going to move your head to the other side while you're exhaling and saying, hoo, hoo. And again, roll your shoulders back, which brings your chest out. Slowly, you're going to move your head forward and then down, again, while you're exhaling and saying, hoo. So, hoo. And then while your head is down, you're going to pull your shoulders forward and back a few times. And then you would repeat that process by doing the motion that's to that same side. And then you'll put your hand down, place the opposite hand on the other shoulder, and you would do those same processes. And Vincent, let's do it together. So, hoo. Roll your shoulders back. Move to the other side. Hoo. Roll your shoulders back. Move to the front. Hoo. And down. Hoo. Roll your shoulders forward and back several times. All right, thank you for your assistance. You would have your seat. And now if you guys would actually practice with your partner. And give feedback if you think that your partner maybe is missing part of it.
Side to side, and then down. I'm going to show you that.
And Miss Emily brings up a good point. You know, when you're doing it to one side, you do it to that side a few times before you actually quit and go to the other side. All right, class?
Yes.
So first question is, can anybody turn their head as far as the owl could? No. Okay. And now I'd like you to ask yourself those same questions after you've done the owl. Do you really understand what you're reading or listening to? Are you really paying attention? Are you listening to that inner voice, or can you listen to it more effectively? And then are your ears now more aligned with your body? And then realize that in some situations, like if you're in the library and you have to be quiet, or if you're getting ready to take a test and you just need to kind of relax yourself first, you may need to omit the hooing part, but just do it silently while you're exhaling. You guys did a great job. Give yourself a hand.